compression of time and distorts it, warping aging and existence in the process. Look at Rastas, a yogis in India living to 140 and still looking like martial artist masters in optimal health. The only reason we have old age and disease is because of the extreme suffering and corruption of the time cycle or yuga that we've been in. The age of 80 sins, as Indians call it. But if we actually stopped meat, dairy, eggs, and byproducts, which is to say animal agriculture, which is the greatest genocide and mass extinction in this planet's history, we would all be living at least twice to 10 times as long, even in these current bodies, just from the evolution of our planet's consciousness and the raise in vibrational frequency, which is the Schumann resonance field of the earth, 8.17 hertz in its ideal shamanic form. The better health and condition nature and her denizens are in, the higher up it goes, and the higher up our awareness is also. I'm a doctoral scholar in indigenous and world wisdom literature at one of the top universities on the planet, so this isn't just some Facebook shit where I'm jumping to conclusions or jumping into a conversation. I was trained and taught and cured from my own sicknesses by a double Nobel Prize laureate, doctor and founder of molecular biology. I walked barefoot in a t-shirt and shorts year-round in subarctic conditions from -40 to -60 for hours in the frost, and I haven't been sick in 7 years since I started this shit, and I went ITAL vegan like Rastafarians. I need to share this vital information with you because I am now a postdoctoral professor and scholar, as well as an orthomolecular nutritionist, a doctor of philosophy, a feminist with leanings in queer theory, a non-binary philanthropist and artist, a musician, a writer, an accredited translator, and a copy editor. I used to be on toxic meds and really messed up from the side effects, lots of them, 120 or more. I was diagnosed with BPD type 2 and schizoaffective disorder with anger issues and opposite states of depression and lethargy, with doctors and psychiatrists telling my madre and family there was no other hope or option than locking me up long-term on heavy meds and them visiting once in a while out of province. Fast forward to a few years after many unsuccessful trials with Big Pharma, about a dozen of them, and a near catatonic and delusional state of being I was in quite often, and I met a world-class Nobel Prize laureate, alternative psychiatrist and nutritionist and doctor who literally saved my entire existence with orthomolecular medicine and ITAL plant-based living. This isn't a scam or a promotion, I promise. I'm completely non-profit. Most of you who know me know this, obviously. I don't charge anything ever, and simply want to share and disseminate the information that saved me with some art and wit, with lots of songs to ponder in the process of all of this. The most important aspect for me was cutting out all toxic nutrition and animal byproducts, eating wild, organic, ITAL vegan, healthy food, no GMOs, drinking local spring water or filtering agua with crystals, doing exercise often, spending time in Gaia and surrounding myself with mystical and misfit vibes and denizens. Don't hesitate to message me if you need anything or any specs or info. I live for this shit, to be honest. It's an exquisite pleasure to be such an intrinsic and significant part of shifting consciousness towards progress, logarithmic and matriarchy, or even just talking live with some kindred. If you got the vibes that I'm in, I promise you'd probably want to chill with me awfully often. We're living in the midst of an apocalypse with vampiric constituents, and I'm a day-walking, zombie-hunting machetero. Don't get it twisted. I've lived in ghettos that two-trip the shit in. I was born in Little Italy in Caranto. You get the message. This is meant to be a warning as well to all the macho men in the industry that think of themselves as competition to me. Listen, nitwits, dodge this shotgun to your chest. I'm bar none. You ought to listen or get in line before I twist your shit up and extort you for all your worth. I'm a war veteran from forgotten times. I don't bother with churches. I swarm them effortless like I stormed the Vatican to murder them as a katana back in the days. This is all actual reincarnations and recollections from back in times where you would think that Assassin's Creed was a lot more real to anyone than what we actually believe in. I am a Mohawk, masterless and creedless, Plains cremati and Innu from the whole of Pachamama. Beyond this sentence, I drop upon you to ponder what you ought to think quickly. If all of this is making a lot more sense than all of the shit we listen to on a regular or generally. There's exceptions, yes, but recuérdate, this is the one you need to heed and remember specifically. One nation undivided under goddesses and oracles for all of infinities. Peace.